Okay, we're live.
Oh, okay.
Look at the link I posted in the general.
I'm looking at the link you posted. Wow, look at that. It's a link.
Yeah. What does this say?
Twitch.com slash
Slash
gaming
Gaming
studio.
Stooges.
As God intended.
Twitch.com slash Gaming Stooges, everybody.
Here you are.
That's where you are right now if you're viewing this live. And if you're not,
And even if you're not,
go to twitch.com slash Gaming Stooges to watch our live streams. It's Al!
he's on twitch.com slash gaming stooges.
Yes, sir. Al, did you click the link at twitch.com slash Gaming Stooges?
Or do you just have twitch.com slash gaming stooges book?
He said, yeah.
Yee.
Hell yeah. We have no Cloud tonight, so we get to cover all of his
Party.
voices.
Party. Party.
Alright. Let's play. I clicked the link that you posted. Hell yeah. I went out of my way to make it twitch.com. Just so people know where to find us at twitch.com slash gaming stooges. Yeah. Alright. Where the fuck were we? We were in court, right?
Nope.
No, we were investigating.
Yep.
We just got out of court?
We've done a little bit of investigating.
Yeah, we... Okay.
We looked at the piano and talked to Valorant.
Valorant.
Uncle Valorant.
Uncle Valorant. Oh god, here he is. It's Uncle Valorant. Okay.
I think we're done here. I think
Yeah.
we got the switch. So we can go to
Yep.
Lamir's dressing room now.
Okay. Talk to her.
No, don't talk to me. I don't want to voice his character.
Lamario's dressing room. Munch, munch, munch.
Look, it's a character you get to voice.
Uh-oh! A character I have to voice! There's only one person I know who can munch with such... venom!
Venom!
What are you doing here? Hello, Emma! You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the second degree in court and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh?
But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all.
Now Trucy's munching.
I'm eating cheesecake.
Hell yeah. Now we know what Mr. Latouche was really... now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol.
We wouldn't have found the one without her.
I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward. Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something? Munch, munch, munch.
I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again.
Be my guest. You're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange.
Something strange?
Oh, shit. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
How?
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year.
If only it worked that way. It just bugs me to think that little kid has outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver.
That's not how it sounded in Lamar testimony.
You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene?
No. Wait, that's right.
Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country?
Because that would be boring.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Iconic line. Was that true that you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean?
I found the link, you know. It was twitch.com/gaming stooges. First, Prosecutor Gavin logged on to twitch.com. Something about a heart-shaped keyring that was stolen.
Good line read.
Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. LeTrouser's life. And he went up into the sky with a guitar. 15 feet up, at least.
It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence.
I know, and I found it.
You think the same person did all of this?
No.
Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway.
What? You all think I did it?
Sometimes I worry about that girl. Something strange.
What'd you find?
It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa.
What is it?
Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna.
Ooh. Like on a beetle?
Oh!
No, the other kind. Ringo
Thank
Starr.
you! Like on a cell phone, this device must use an electronic signal of some sort.
That makes no sense. An electronic signal, you say? Hey, Apollo.
What is it, Trucy?
You know what else we have that sends out an electronic signal?
This gun! The mixing board.
I was thinking of
the
the
Switch?
Nintendo Switch we found. Yeah.
Do you think you could take a look at this? A small device. Looks like a transmitter.
The transmitter?
You press this switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though. A signal? You mean an electronic signal?
Is it Apollo?
Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing this switch. Yow!
It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire!
What's the big deal? Or what's the big idea? Ack! Well, now we know what this is. An igniter.
This part here must work like a lighter.
It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose.
Light 'em up.
At least
Light 'em
we're
up.
at least we're
Light
getting
'em
somewhere
up.
with this case.
On fire! Hey, Apollo! Let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
Ha cha cha cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
What are you trying to do? Burn me alive?
Yes.
Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you weren't the one holding it.
There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. Something go make out.
Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The
We already knew that.
The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet.
A transmitter. So it's not a Nintendo Switch Lite?
Incidentally, well, I mean, it is a switch that makes a light. Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see, 30 feet from Lemuriar's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover this... Wait, what?
It also looks like
Backstage and... Okay. It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation. We're off to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later.
Good luck.
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Alright.
So we could look at the igniter if you like.
Oh yeah.
And also, if you want some funny dialogue, let's examine the speaker.
This switch triggers an igniter.
Too bad. I was hoping it was for a bomb that would blow up the whole Coliseum.
You're scaring me. If Emma hears you talking like that, she'll arrest you. And then... Oh.
And then she'll do all sorts of scientific tests. Like splitting your hairdo into 3 separate spikes. While she stands by, laughing and laughing in her high-pitched voice that she totally has.
I said she'd arrest you, not me. She's not some kind of mad scientist.
Did you just hear someone laughing?
Is there anything else on here that we can examine?
I guess that's it for now.
Okay.
We'll be back later. Also,
Examine
yeah.
the speaker.
Yeah.
A speaker for monitoring the stage. It was blaring at the time of the shooting.
It's a pretty old model for such a nice place.
I guess they don't care about sound quality back here, as long as you can hear it. Not that a loss of fidelity could possibly make that music worse.
Good Good speakers must cost a lot. You have any idea how much a nice one that size would cost, Apollo?
Probably a good 10 years of your allowance, give or take.
What? But that's almost $600.
She gets $60 a year. $5 a month? Poor Trucy. Wait till she finds out you need to buy 2 speakers for a stereo. We got an achievement for that. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Wait, let's go outside.
Oh, sorry. The shooter must have used that to climb up to the vent.
Oh, this tragedy. Because someone left a stepladder here.
I don't think Mr. Latouche was shot because of the ladder.
You think it was Machi?
I guess. That air vent is pretty small after all. Does that prove he was at the scene? Did he escape in the time that between the gunshots and us opening the door?
No.
They didn't have the ladder argument. Damn. Oh well.
But they've already done it. So.
I know.
We're going outside.
Okay.
We're going outside.
Oh,
Calls
like outside.
Yeah.
Outside.
Things. What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
The murderer.
The murderer? Duranian.
Tyrian.
That old bag opens her pie hole, and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Durarian isn't in the best of moods, is he?
Not many people are these days, it seems.
Is it a crime scene?
It is.
Not exactly the... It is a crime scene. Not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
Trucy is like, is it a crime scene? I'm not sure.
Is it I don't know anymore. We're outside. Then Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid.
Oh, joy. You're a Libby.
So, about your Libby. You have to ask? The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set.
That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. LaTrouser, dead.
I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me, too. Right there, on that stage. Your guitar playing was something else. Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work.
There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamurar's fault. She was the one who said she heard the voice at the moment of the crime.
Man, I never even talked to the old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work? He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till the suspicion is cleared. Al asks, wonder how much hair gel he uses. And I believe the answer is
Probably like 2 bottles a day.
Yeah, all of it. Every day. What suspicion? He can, uh, he can be such a stick in the mud. Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Sorry, Apollo. Better luck next time. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day?
Yes, I recall that he complained that he couldn't crank his hog. Oh, you mean the thing with his hog? I mean the mixing board? Flashback.
It's a flashback,
man.
Me. More flashback. This part's off.
Yeah, it was you, Darian.
Woo. He's just a perfectionist, is all. Not a bad guy, really. Unlike me. Well, I think the governors are the best. I have all your albums. The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune. I'll give him that.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much.
You know, my neck hurts from... Oh, there we go. He just stands looking to the side so often that I just think his neck is just perpetually out of whack. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely.
The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I?
No. The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally. Hello! Let's go check it out! I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on! Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you.
Go visit Edgeworth, too.
He just jacked himself off. I love that animation for him when he just, like...
Yeah, he just jacks himself off.
Jerks his fucking hair. And tell him I want into the crime scene so I can fuck around.
We'll be going now.
Hey, wait.
Yes?
What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right?
Well...
Great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened. Okay? Ripping!
He was ripping ass, more like it.
Oh, I farted.
See?
Don't get led astray by some siren song. Eh? Get this one wrong, and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
Like the band?
Bake?
Humble pie.
Oh. Let's not talk to him anymore, alright?
Detective Darian Crescend. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Oh god. There's a blue badger. What's that creature there?
Ooh. It's the police mascot, the blue badger. That's you?
I know, sorry.
Oh,
I took
okay.
a bite of something.
But,
Huh? It's life-size.
Haven't you seen them around town, patrolling the streets? Yes. Now even Law and Order has a mascot.
I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky.
I don't think you're showing true Blue Badger spirit, Apollo.
God.
Okay, let's go to Gavin's office.
Oh boy.
I'm excited because I don't have to do as much talking. So, this is it?
Sorry, give me just a second.
The governor's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office.
What's the difference?
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we gonna hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like?
That's eavesdropping.
Mm-hmm. Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag.
Lot of heart, lot of heart, lot of heart.
God, I wish. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? Just give me that report, chop chop. And then stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? Beep. It's times like this when I start to miss Darian. What, is he dead?
Yes, I am.
Hiya! Papaya!
Hiya, papaya! Tee, just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world, in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
What you learn, Apollo?
So, what have you come to see?
Huh?
Clavier, lead vocalist for the Governors. Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom.
Is that how everyone pronounces it?
I guess.
In the Trucy voice? What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go?
Why not both?
Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
No. I mean, yes. I always read the TV section.
Excuse me. Wrong pipe. Excuse me.
Jesus. Clavier, you
sorry.
okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Good girl. How about you, Hair Forehead? I read the funnies. Then you will have not seen this. Then you will not have seen this. Fuck. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song.
Ooh, Is that a new show? I haven't heard of that one.
It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know?
Nope. Never heard of it. Ooh, does this have anything to do with the case, though?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way down to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, endless, thanks to the case you made today, of course. Al said I like how he was making the same pose in the paper while he was speaking.
Yeah. Oh, that was all Apollo's idea.
Hey! Is that a newspaper over there, too? Oh, yes, the
Hey.
Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look.
Hey, Clavier, while he's looking at that, I have a question.
What's that?
Can you sing us a song on your piano, man?
Thanks, but I can't read Borginian. Oh, that's right.
That's right. He's dumb.
Suffice it to say that this is a big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no one in Borginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself.
It's because you hardly think, Apollo.
Hey! Lemirar's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lemirar was my invited guest, so it was a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
No. I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lemirar, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Borginia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard La Mirariar's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night.
Is it because you got laid?
I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not an inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Well, prosecutors really have a lot of clout. I bet he just walked up to her and said, "Hi."
I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on a guitar that I borrowed from Lemirar.
And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo, say.
It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump. It's a piece of history. And it's only browned, not really charred.
No matter. I shall never sing that song again. You never sang that song. You don't sing on that song.
Yeah, you dumbass.
I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Do you think you could show it to us? Your chart, I mean, slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it?
It could explode into a million billion pieces. Examine the burnt guitar.
That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this.
That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it?
Yeah, no shit.
I fucking forgot.
We fucking established this already. Wow,
Sorry.
are we getting the flashback? Cool. I thought it... whatever. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally.
Was it Emma? Oh, and did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about.
Ramirez's guitar. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lemuria.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So the guitar's from Borginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lemirar's studio. I used special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me.
Well, that seems like a breach of, something.
Pristine and untouched.
See, prosecutors do have a lot of clout, Apollo.
It's really
They
just...
they can just fuck up with the law.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burnt.
What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right. What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front?
Nope.
It is called the sound hole.
Hey, Apollo, is that true?
Ah, so that's what it's called.
It must be true.
Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this, in fact.
Oh.
The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however, so he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Gee, I wonder what that could be. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. Wow. I wonder what it could be.
Where are you moving?
I didn't mean to. Let's
Oh,
examine.
why are we examining?
I don't know. There's a bunch of shit
We
in
can
here.
look at the strange thing in there, though.
Yeah.
In the glass case. What's that on that plate there? Is it an egg?
Is that gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang.
Like
So he put it on a
spearmint?
plate for later consumption.
You'd think a rock star could afford a fresh stick.
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic?
Wait, that phone call. Well, we just saw this. Wow.
Yeah, wow, this happened like
Wow.
15 minutes ago.
Oh, look, it's Prosecutor Gavin on the phone.
Wow.
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 Oh my god. the
Prosecutor
truth.
Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. LaTrouser? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
No. Who, us? No. I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Oh my god. Hey, you're the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Lataus was after.
This lump?
Would you mind telling us what you know? Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? Look at that chair.
Look at the chair. What's wrong, Apollo? You look confused.
I was just wondering where the work chair in this office was. You're looking at my favorite chair right now. That's a massage chair, isn't it? That is an ergonomic adjustable office.
I love the ones with the vibrating rollers on your back. Those feel great. Did I say something wrong?
No, I merely realized the futility of an explanation.
Wow! Look at this stereo!
To me, a life without music is inconceivable. I never turn down the volume, even when I'm working on a case.
That's such a huge speaker! It must be really loud!
This room is completely soundproof, of course.
Really? At my place, I can hear when the neighbors turn their VCR on to record something.
Their VCR in the year 2027.
I mean, sure.
Maybe you can get Mr. Wright to talk to them. Work something out?
Maybe Trucy just lives in a very poor neighborhood. And lately, we've been getting complaints about Apollo's voice training.
Maybe I'll go have a word with Mr. Wright, too. TV.
TV party tonight.
This display shows all the evidence for the case.
Apollo, he's got 3 televisions.
Hey, don't look at those too closely. I'm still sorting out the details. Each
The
monitor
deets.
Each monitor shows evidence for a different case. He does them all at once?
I wish I had 3 TVs.
What would you possibly do with 3 television sets?
I may look laid back and relaxed, but in reality, I'm quite busy, you know? I'm living life at turbo speed, doing magic, going to school, investigating cases. But if I had 3 big TVs, I could watch a magic video, do my homework, and catch crime drama all day at once.
The first 2 seem useful, I suppose. The view is exhilarating, yeah? I sit here gazing down upon the city, writing my songs. Try working on cases. It is the same thing. I write lyrics the same way I corroborate evidence. It is a harmony between the logical mind and the primal spirit within.
What?
Is it so hard to admit that you like staring out your window and daydreaming? Look at all the guitars! Why so many? You can never have too many guitars. They are like my lovers.
What?
Do you fuck those guitars, Clavier?
Yes.
I didn't just hear him say that.
They're backup guitars, Apollo. Don't you know anything? Just like backup lovers. Rock and rollers always smash their guitars at the end of a show.
No wonder it's so hard to make it as a musician.
You know what? You should try rocking a little, Apollo.
And breaking his guitars while he watches? That might be a little too rocking.
It'd be so punk rock.
Of course I would never do such a thing. Did I not say they are like my lovers? Do I seem like the kind of man who would do such a thing to the ones he loves?
Yes. I mean, no, not at all. I mean, you're Mr. Gavin, upstanding prosecutor.
What happened to Prosecutor Gavin, God of Rock? I think that's about everything we can look at. Okay. She's lump, she's lump, she's lump. This was found in Mr. LeTrouser's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump, about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say, other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fraulein.
Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Borginia. But apparently there is a block of information somewhere along the chain.
Oh?
There's something either Interpol or Borginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Lemirar's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it. Badass.
Hey, Apollo.
I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Lemirar. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Borginian.
Hey, Apollo.
What?
2 things.
Look at the lump?
No, I don't...
Sample.
I mean, sample.
Sample, huh? They put it big enough to... They put a big enough label... Jesus Christ. Think they put a big enough label on it?
Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake?
Yes, they might think it was an otherwise tasty, multicolored lump of plastic.
My favorite kind of cereal. Maybe it's the manufacturer? Sample toys, when you can't afford the real thing.
Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like.
No, okay, so first, we should probably show him the igniter we found.
Oh, yeah, true.
And 2, do you think the lump is Lamar's lovely lady lump?
Perhaps.
No,
I did not mean to present the remote. No, we're gonna pretend like this didn't happen. This one, though. It has to be one of these.
what is it, Apollo?
That device was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter.
Another one?
It was at the crime scene, in Lemirar's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Hair Forehead. Thanks? Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive, I guess I could have hid it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the, strange lump of plastic.
The lovely lady lump.
The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating.
Hey, that's right.
Let's have a flashback to when we first talked about it. 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, let's go back to the very beginning of this conversation.
I've been thinking, Hair Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor?
Fraulein?
Can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Alright.
Simple and clean is the way
it should be.
Let's go back to the wings.
The wings?
Yeah, so go to the Colosseum.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where Lemirar is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange.
What's strange?
I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lemirar's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. Alright.
Now let's go to the stage.
This place is deserted.
I wonder where Miariar went off to.
I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
I guess, but I can't help but worry about her a little.
This stage. Oh shit.
Huh? The stage is pitch dark.
The power breaker must be off for this section. Great.
I'll go get someone. Yipes. It was really dark out there.
Dark? That's all Lemire R has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness?
With no parents? Hey, Apollo.
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you?
Well, I don't know. If you'd move out of the way, then maybe I'll be able to see it.
Nope, not moving. Oh, okay. Like something's changed?
Changed?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me.
No, it's bugging me, too. What's she talking about? What do you think that thing was doing in there?
Throwing things inside pianos can't be good for them.
Not to mention you wouldn't be able to play whatever notes go with the strings it was on. But the piano was fine during the concert. That must mean it was thrown in here after Machi played.
So maybe someone threw it in here after the second set. Anyway, look at the bass case.
Oh, yeah, that.
That thing that has the body in it. Hey, that case! Wasn't that open before?
Huh, I guess someone closed it.
Wait, look! Where the case closes.
Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like just an instrument. You don't think it's...
Let's open it, Apollo! Eek! Lemire! Lemire!
Emma! We have to get Emma! Lemire R was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many.
Apollo!
Oh no, not the Hickfield Clinic.
Do you think we'll have spaghetti tonight? Emma, how's Lemire? Is she okay? I just want spaghetti.
We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure.
Thank you. So, she's okay?
Yes, she came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late.
Ooh. That's good to hear.
So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? We don't know.
Oh. But there's only 2 people that have been introduced in this case besides her, Machi, and that dead man. And I don't think Uncle Valorant has anything to do with this case. Oh, and they hit her on the forehead, right? It's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh.
Trucy, you dumbass. Right. Would you like to see her now?
No, she can't see us.
Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lemire!
Ah, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? Attacked.
It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room,
You were hit?
I knew, that very moment, I knew the assailant was trying to kill me. No! It was lucky for me to be the first... it was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first.
Why the stage?
I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work. Darkness is my ally. I have no parents. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid.
So the assailant couldn't see you.
Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out.
Wow, that sounds like a really close call. The assailant. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
Darian. Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word.
Gee, that's too bad.
Yet, when I consider that I was struck right on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am.
Good point. She's sharp.
And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. It's almost as if you two were related.
So, that means it was likely an adult, and probably a man.
So it was Munchie. Munchie did it.
Could it be him?
Yes, it was Munchie. But why would anyone attack you, La Muriar? The detective asked me this, too. And to her, I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know.
What do you think they're watching on TV back there?
They're probably watching porn back there. Or they're watching the Great Ace Attorney VODs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Can we present anything to her?
Present the replica sample.
Ah, Lemirar, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is?
This is what?
Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after.
He was after? You know, in his secret identity. As a secret agent man.
Secret agent man.
Secret agent man. We're done.
Okay.
So, that's what he was doing.
You mean, you know what?
Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof.
Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before?
Probably because you're not Borginian.
Yeah.
Why would he be carrying this around? What is it, some kind of souvenir? I wonder.
Anything else?
Now we can talk to me.
Ah.
Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details. I am sorry to say.
I thought she said an all in Borginia knew of these.
I am not Borginian. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginian know.
What's that?
The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death. To dying state?
Why?
I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I am sure there is a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic.
He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess.
So, that's what he was up to.
Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling.
Cocoon?
Cocoon. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Well, that's how we're saying it from now.
No.
Cocoon. Smuggling.
Cum-coon.
Cocoon. It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. So you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you. Hey, Apollo!
Shut up,
Trucy. On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche.
That's me.
Was placed. Oh, that is you, Apollo. I'm sorry.
And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it.
Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside. Is that why they suspected you?
But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means...
What, Apollo? I don't understand.
There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved.
Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion?
Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latus and Lemire are marked. It couldn't be her.
Huh?
There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for
Ugh.
talking to us, Lemire.
Look, him. It was the absolute least I could do.
Actually, I have another request.
Ah, fuck. If it's within my power.
I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian.
Apollo?
Would you come with us if you're well enough?
I see. Yes. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Huh? Where are we going?
Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case.
Machi. Machi.
Could you interpret for us, Lemire?
Yes. He said, exclamation point, ...
Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right?
I was completely fooled myself.
Elsa, it sounds like someone could abuse that by sneaking a cocoon onto something they don't like, belongings.
Someone they don't like someone's
Oh, yeah.
belongings that they don't like, and then
then
wait
wait.
for them to be caught.
Yeah.
Like I would do to Jack.
Machi,
But mostly because it'd be funny.
isn't there another secret you're hiding from us?
Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret?
What do I mean by secret? Well,
Apollo, present the replica.
if I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you?
Hey, you got a reaction. A big one.
The governors.
The governors. Machi, you didn't.
Trissy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not
No,
that not that we would have needed any training to see that one.
Mr. Attorney, please tell me. What is this all about?
Lemire, please interpret.
Very well.
I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it.
He asks you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Machi? Do you know everything?
Yes, everything. Well, sort of.
Have him tell us about it. Very well.
The cocoon.
The Kun-Kun. What is this Kun-Kun anyway? Can we summon Mothra from it? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. Like the band, The Cure.
Hell yeah.
A cure? It's you.
I know, give me a second.
Okay.
It must cure
He's
some
busy.
disease.
Love the name.
It's so stupid.
It's a cure for incuritus.
Incuritis.
Incuritus.
A cure for
That's what
incuritis?
That would be what Trucy calls it. Incuritus. Incuritis. But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine. I do not understand the reasons myself.
Okay, well, at least we know what it is. The cure.
A cure.
And Mr. Latouche was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi?
Machi, you weren't. He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little. He could only fit one up his butthole.
Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you?
Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician.
She said sort of. Oh, to have a copy of that security tape.
Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. First he plays blind, he plays dumb.
I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one to into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale?
I can't go home. Can't go home?
Can't run away. He'll find me.
I can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Borginia is death.
That's right. It's punishable by death.
About the case. What about the case?
He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? This meeting's over.
This meeting's over.
Oh, shit.
Durarian.
What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet.
There's a call for Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting's over. Sorry.
Just give us 5 more minutes. We'll call them back after that.
Sorry. No go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving.
Sing us this song, you're the piano boy.
Doridian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you.
Huh?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba. He just sings it to himself as he leaves. Darn it! We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say.
Apollo!
And there can only be one reason why.
Why is everyone ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow, in court. To be
Fade to
continued.
black.
To be continued, yay.
Break time!
Break time. That was good progress.
Yeah.
All right. It's break time.
It's break time! The best part of the stream.
Hell yeah. I'm back. How goes? I'm gonna pee real quick and I'll be right back. Back again. Landon, are you here? I guess not. Oh, Landon said I can start up without him. He's pooping. Well, um, give me just a minute and I will start back up. Okay. Let's get into it. Oh, apparently I had some dropped frames when I got up. Weird. Okay. All right. Continue, please. July 10th. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. Oh boy, flashback. Yeah, we just saw this. Oh my god. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Bang. Eek! What was that? He is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Valorant Grammary. I exclaimed. Valorant Grammary! I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally. You aren't the witness today, aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valorant? A preposterous proposition. How could I stand to stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Ooh, with vanishing magic? Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammary glamour resides at the roof of all that has happened. Or the root, sorry. Do not forget this truth. Glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell! And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Ooh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants or the Eiffel Tower. Anything really. So he was talking about what we saw at the concert. Lemirar's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Had to go get Taco Bell before the trial. Said he was running late. Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night, eating Taco Bell. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? Yeah, I heard they just put in a new Taco Bell there. I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son? Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it. There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Ooh, Landon's back.
Oh, I finished pooping.
Incuritis? Where have I heard that before?
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Daddy never taught me English. Just leave the TV guide page to me.
Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can.
I'm sorry, the toilet demon distracted me.
Don't worry, the judge was running late also. It's honestly fitting that you were both running late.
My apologies for the delay.
He had to go.
I had to take the world's giantest shit. It was so big. I had so much to eat the last few days, and I didn't realize that it comes back out. The court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again?
Machi Tobaye, our suspect for Titsimo. Oh, that's you.
Right. It's his trial, in any case.
The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor?
Yes. Well, no. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritus, was it? That article said there is no known cure.
Herr Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law.
Indeed.
Oh, I farted.
We left off at quite the juncture yesterday.
Flashback.
He's in a problem.
Harold. Oh my god.
It's such a long flashback.
Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought that Darian could guest star in the next season cliffhanger as a suspect?
I could have. Pick me. I knew it all along. I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Governors ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guests took center stage. For one song. The only performers along with the drummer and bassist for a total of 5. The shooting in that dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Le Mirar and the defendant, Machi Tobaye, had left the stage at that point. And the Governors were already rockin'. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
I sure did! Furthermore, Lemire herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. When she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was...
Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lemire was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well, of course. If we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. It's Zucchini!
It's Zucchini. What's up?
If indeed there are no objections. Uh-oh, Polo. If he declares a verdict now...
Ack, but Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lemire might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center?
Yeah,
Flashback.
Flashback. So, the case is still the same as last week.
Yeah.
We finished the investigation, and so now we're starting up the second day of court.
Machi was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him, under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant... what was his name again?
Your Honor!
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Maractus or, Mr. Justice?
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly... Excuse me. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English.
We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where's the toilet?
Oh, I know that one.
The defense would like to request Lemire as the interpreter.
Lemire? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual, and we've had a parrot in court.
Ha ha ha. Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lemire lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little case for refusal.
Finally, some progress!
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lemurier to the witness stand.
I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with, if you would, Lemirar.
Yes. He says, Machi Tobaye, the defendant.
Oh, wait, that's you. I keep forgetting.
I know. The judge is such a character that everyone wants to play.
Yeah.
This is certainly a first for the courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpreter for that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would, I'm gonna snack on some snackoos.
Huh? If I would what, Your Honor?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
What do I want him to testify about?
Yeah, do your fucking job.
I hadn't thought that far yet.
Apollo!
What? I'm right here.
Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can I if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lemurier? Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify.
Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be?
How can he pre?
How can
What
I
sort of-
pre?
What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. Please hold.
Ah, the suspense is killing me.
But Apollo, the big Getty store allows you to cheat death.
What? How could this be?
What? Well, Lemurier? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What?
This is a surprise.
You don't look surprised to me. Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means.
Well, if it's true, then this is vital testimony. Lemurier. I mean, Machi. Hey, I got it right. Please testify to the court. Very well.
Witness testimony.
He says the word of Mr. Latrouse's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is, he, could not have done it. He says that is because the lyrics are in English. He does not understand them. I see. You wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
Oh, sorry, that's me. I was responding to a message. I wondered what he meant by proof. Why?
I just thought
Huh?
that you forgot that you voiced characters in
No.
the scene.
Why, he would only have to ask Lemirar to know the meaning of that song. Lemirar! Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him?
I did tell him, generally, what the song was about. But never it's... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm bored all of a sudden. But never in so much detail. And he never asked.
He has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lemirar might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let's, proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it.
Apollo.
I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today.
I could just tell you where.
Really?
Yes. Fourth statement.
Fourth statement, please.
Specifically, perceive his eyes when the words are in English show up. Look at him. Confirm that shit.
Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lemirar said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course he can't. We don't teach kids in Borginia.
Must he continue this charade?
Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language. That is all.
What? Give me a break.
Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? Did your mother not teach you better? It is simple. So simple, it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
Ha 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 ha. The newspaper?
The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they're quite fierce all of a sudden.
Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics.
What? What is this all about?
I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper.
What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes.
Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain himself. Machi says, he says, yes? It is true, I read the newspaper. But there... Sorry, I got bored again. But this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he heard of the lyrics from me.
What?
Is this true, Lamurier? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself.
Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so. Yes.
No. No! I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away.
Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with your cross-examination? I have to go back to the bathroom. What are you going to do, Apollo?
If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I'd better have an angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness? I understand. This one. Use the bracelet on this one. With the statement, it was I who explained. Now look at her. Her throat. Or whatever. Yeah, her neck.
Here again.
Here again. See? She's swallowing. Gotcha. I don't know what you're talking about. Mysterious voice outside there.
Lemirar, I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be so uncertain?
Me? Uncertain?
Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained.
I see. There's little point in trying to hide anything from you.
Lemirar, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. Lemirar, you're protecting... It's fucking
Yeah.
Machi.
It's fucking Machi.
Lemirar, you're protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us you had explained how this crime had followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice, and now you have Lemirar lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to.
Is that how he sounds?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh boy, have fun. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English?
Yes, a little, only.
Ew. Why do you sound so awful?
What are you
What?
talking about? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lemirar?
No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding?
Last. This is... last.
Are you
Machi!
taking a shit over there?
Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind mask, behind desk, manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there is voice.
Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma? Hello?
So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came into the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away. So it was you who escaped through that air vent. Haha. As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No! He's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter.
Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo! Then, let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait. No, of course there is. Flashback. Talk about the cocoon.
Look, Cancun.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'll forget that we said that by the next stream. Because it'll have been 2 weeks.
That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
It does seem the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. I'm gonna go play on the swings. Meanwhile, the defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed.
Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some.
It's Apollo Just Rice.
Believe I do no shooting. Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap, and he walked right into it, just like my trap card.
Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then, I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, is true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went to the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead, and then you heard shots? If that's true...
So, you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, my head's spinning.
It's your line, Apollo.
Was that my line?
It was your line.
Oh, it was my line. And then you escaped the air vent. Escaped through the air vent. I know.
Huh? What do you know? What do you know, you little punk? Shut up!
I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means?
Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Look at this funny photo that I stole from Emma.
Huh. Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something.
I hear this from Magician.
Who?
Magician?
Oh, cool Valorant. Also, don't look at me.
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Trouser.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's going to go over well in court. Not.
I think it will in the end. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me.
I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time.
Nope.
So, what do we do?
You sure you won't testify, Machi?
No talking. No.
Well, it was worth a shot.
That cocoon. No, flashback.
Flashback, flashback. More flashback. It's still the same flashback, though, but it's more of it. It's still going on.
Oh my god. Of course. He's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo! So what's your plan?
If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
someone else? There's only so many characters left in this.
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right. Zucchini says Machi sounds like I thought he would. So you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank you.
Fuck. The court's now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you fucking done anything?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you talked to your fucking client at all?
We had a good talk.
Oh, okay. Very well. So, will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
What?
Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angel?
If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lemuriar.
Lemuriar?
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lemuriar's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lemuriar was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted? Was it sea salt?
Someone wanted Lemuriar dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lemuriar? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could have that been?
You don't think...
I do think. It was the same person who shot Mr. LaTrouser. The killer was afraid of her, of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So, am I to understand that this is what you're saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lemuriar's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover? Exactly.
If Lemuriar was a chat, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Oh, I also got bored. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some, as we might have wanted to. I don't know. The court will hear Lemuriar's testimony once more. And while she's coming up, I'm going to get water.
Lemuriar, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak.
Do I just say what her lines that are on screen there?
Yeah.
You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent. And I will do all that I can until the court realizes this.
Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that voice belonged to Darian Crescend, yes? Oh, I farted.
Oh, that is correct.
At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed, and and was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
Oh, sorry. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know.
And yet, it's my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court.
I have a question.
Yeah?
How far are we from a to be continued?
Oh, we've got this cross-examination, another cross-examination, and then another cross-examination.
Damn.
We just started the fucking case, or this part of the trial, Jack.
Yeah.
We have so much. We've only done one testimony up to this point.
True.
It was on my way back. It was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Lachuse and the detective. I heard the faint sounds of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew. I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony. I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth.
Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lemirar was attacked because of this testimony. What? Trucy?
Apollo, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Fooly cooly?
No,
Damn.
that'll be after the cross-examination.
What statement?
Hey, Apollo, let's press statement number 2.
Darian Crescend?
I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible?
Shut the fuck up.
There was no way you could have heard him. Because
Shut the fuck up.
Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try?
What are they talking about?
What are they talking about? Lemirar, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I have given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
Oh my god. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for. What did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latrousse.
The shooter, then. Darian Crescend.
Well, what did he say? He said, let me try this. It's over. Press the switch now. Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche? I thought it was quite strange myself afterward. It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. It's, very, very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony.
Maybe, Apollo. Let's present the remote trigger on the statement that you... Yeah, that one.
Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens, I have a switch right here.
That certainly does look like a Switch. Well, actually, no. It does not look like a Nintendo Switch. I have one down here. I'm playing Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien, right now.
I have it right here. I'm playing this game on it.
Hi, it's the judge. I'm playing Apollo Justice.
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you... Oh, sorry.
Are you claiming that the voice Lemire heard was someone commanding another to press this switch?
It's a possibility. Oh, Herr Forehead, I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemirar's dressing room. Not to mention that the governors were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard.
The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout.
So, too, have Herr Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room.
Ooh, it's that weird earpiece thing.
It's the earpiece, the headset. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this? Why, that's...
What is it? Is it some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking?
Oh, God. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications? Device?
From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
Yours said it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section of diagram of the concert forum. Ah. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be.
So when Lamir heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage?
Ha! You're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said, "Press the switch"?
Well, I guess we don't...
An unfortunate situation. Bye-bye, puppy. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch, anyway? We don't even know the basic fact. Wait a second.
Ooh.
I do know what this switch is, and if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes the case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about this switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah?
Well, think of it when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice? Sorry, I was yawning while also drinking soup.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch...
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Justice?
I've been remiss not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Is it a switch light? Anyway, it seems the defense is set up linking this switch to the case. Or set upon linking the switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have that explains this? What this switch is? The igniter.
Oh, shit.
Show it. Oh, no, not your attorney's badge, silly Billy.
Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? Ah, that's that.
That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones? Here, let me put it up to my ear.
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Mine. Igniter? You mean that, like a lighter?
Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you.
Well, yo, Mr. Justice, will you cease and desist from burning down this courtroom? My ear almost caught on fire.
Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I'd expected.
If my whiskers had caught on fire...
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote ignite trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right. He got it in Borginia from Miririar. He said the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Hair forehead. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by La Mirar, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, and the guitar caught on fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though, something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me. Hair forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you.
Yeah.
I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What is this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
It's right, of course. I fired Apollo. Oh, I was supposed to say words. Please pull up the history.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think the game just auto-did it because
Yeah.
it was that stupid cutscene. The guitar caught fire during La Mirriar's song.
Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Zucchini asks, what's the funniest character in Apollo?
The funniest character?
The judge's voice.
The judge's voice is the funniest character.
Yes.
You think the judge's voice is funnier than Trucy's voice?
I don't know who that is.
Trucy's the small girl, and she sounds like this. Why? Why would that creep you out? That a small girl sounds like this?
Nathan.
No. This is what girls sound like. Teenage girls.
Oh, they have vocal.
Like this. Yes. That must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
See, his story makes no sense. Are you sure about that?
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this, specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at that time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote trigger igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What?
Order! 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 Bailiff, where's my Taco Bell order? It's been so long. But that goes against the evidence. I don't know which evidence, but one of them.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Hey, he's right. Look, the bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about... Oh,
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
I guess I am. Huh?
Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose?
Reversed? Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet, her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole way.
Order! Order! Order? Oh, my order's here. Perfect. Who wants nachos? Oh, that would explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered fathering the lyrics of my song, but I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction, Herr Forehead, one I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lemire R. have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know that you would like to divert our attention from this crucial fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. That's right. Lemire R.'s testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo?
Look, what do we have? A man saying, press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for the igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lemire R. heard the voice?
A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice. You've got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lemire R. heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think. How was Lemire R. able to hear the voice?
She was somewhere else.
She was somewhere else.
She has divine hearing.
When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either. Meaning, it was impossible to hear the voice through the window. Ah, so it's good to hear you finally making sense again. For a moment I was afraid you might be a Borginian too. As I was saying, Lemire R. could not hear the voice through that window, so there can only be one explanation. She learned the voice from she heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and good sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and good sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Herr Forehead? Lemire R. clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window, and there is only one small window at the scene.
Actually...
Are you sure?
There is another.
Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene?
There is? Where, Apollo? Where? I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lamiriar heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lamirar heard the voice from here. Is it the speaker?
It's the air vent.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
This is where Lamirar heard that voice from.
That's an air vent, dumbass.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamirar was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice? That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Hair Forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Ha! It hardly merits anything. Why would Lamirar be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamirar? You've been listening to our discussion here, yes?
Yes. I admit, it had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should it mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
Ugh. The problem here is words. Words are big and stupid, and I don't like them.
Yeah. Yeah, same here, Apollo.
Lamirar, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall?
Yes. It was up on the ceiling.
What?
Order! Order! I will have order. Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you, in fact, saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact, I was. I am sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there?
I believe it's time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you, this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Yeah.
Okay.
There she is.
There she is.
In the ceiling.
In the ceiling.
Alright. Yeah.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks for joining Al and Zucchini. Alright.
Jack, what are you gonna do next week?
That's a good question. I could maybe do Family Feud finally.
Oh yeah, you guys should. You just got to make sure fucking Cloud's gonna be there.
True.
Yeah.
Family Feud, baby.
Be good.
Alright.
All right, folks.
Thanks for
we'll
joining,
catch
everybody.
you next time.
We'll catch you next time. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.